أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Lesson number 76, Surah Al-Maidah. We'll begin from ayah 106. يا أيها الذين آمنوا, O you who have believed, شهادة بينكم إذا حضر أحدكم الموت. Testimony should be taken among you when death approaches one of you, حين الوصية, at the time of bequest. Towards the end of the surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides us with regards to what should be done at the time of death. Because in this surah we have learnt about many commands pertaining to life, eating, drinking, what is halal, what is not halal, marriage, similarly punishments. We have learnt about many commands with regards to life. Now over here, we are being told about a particular instruction with regards to a person who is near death, meaning a person who is about to die. That what should he do? Every person who is born, eventually he is going to die. And while a person is alive, he makes money. He has some belongings at least. He earns money. He has some assets. Even if he's not very wealthy, he still has something or the other. And when he dies, who does that property go to? No matter how little it is. It goes to the heirs, the family, the heirs. And these heirs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has fixed, as we have learnt about them in Surah An-Nisa. A person does not have a choice with regards to selecting his heirs, except with regards to 1/3 of his property, which he can will to someone if he wishes, and that someone has to be a non-heir. And remember that this time is going to come upon each and every one of us. And we should be concerned about the possessions that we have. That whose haqq is it? Who deserves this? And will they be able to figure it out after I'm gone? That if my money is scattered everywhere, if my belongings are scattered everywhere, if my belongings are mixed with other people's belongings and they cannot differentiate between what is mine and what is somebody else's, then what's going to happen to my heirs after me? Am I leaving my property for them in a way that they can manage it easily, they can distribute it easily? Or am I leaving it in a manner that they're going to find it very confusing, very difficult for them to deal with? So it is the responsibility of every single person that he must leave his wealth in a way that the heirs, they find it easy to deal with it. They find it easy to distribute it. And we should be concerned about everything that we have. That when I'm gone, what's going to happen to this? Is it going to be a burden on my heirs? That they will have to deal with my mess? They will have to deal with all the mess that I'm leaving behind? Or is it going to be something that's going to benefit them? If we are living in an extremely unorganized manner, then what's going to happen to our heirs behind us? If we cannot even tell between our stuff, if we cannot even deal with our stuff, how are our heirs meant to deal with them? So it is our responsibility that we should live in a way that our property, our belongings are well managed, so that when we die, those people who are taking that wealth, life does not become difficult for them. We leave it to them, we leave our wealth to them in a way that it becomes a means of benefit for them. So over here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that Ya ayyuhal ladina amanu, O you who have believed, shahadatu baynikum, testimony between you. Meaning, liyashhad, shahada, testimony should be taken among you. Testimony should be taken among you. Testimony by who? By two people. Which two people? That will be mentioned later on in the ayah. But when are they supposed to take the shahada? Either at the time when حَضَرَ أَحَدَكُمُ الْمَوْتُ, when one of you is approached by death. حَضَرَ, from the root letters, حَضَرَ. And what does حَضَرَ mean? To be present somewhere, to attend. So when death attends one of you, literally this is what it means. When death attends one of you. Meaning when one of you is approached by death. In the sense that the signs of death become obvious, and a person realizes that he's going to die very soon. He has only a few days left, a few hours left. He's extremely sick, and he knows that he is going to die very soon. So at that time, shahada should be taken. Hina, at the time of al-wasiyyati, the bequest. What is wasiyya? Wasiyya is the will that a person makes. Remember that wasiyya refers to, first of all, the 1/3 of the maximum 1/3 of one's estate that a person wishes to will to a non-heir. Because the shares of inheritance are fixed. But let's say a person wishes that 1/3 of his property should be given to a particular masjid, or should be given to a friend of his. So, wasiyya refers to the will. Secondly, wasiyya also refers to the instructions that a person gives with regards to his property, with regards to his family, with regards to his children. So, for example, there's a person who is about to die, and he has money with him, or his money is in a particular bank account. So let's say he says to his friend who is by him that my bank account, you can access it. For example, my debit card, the code is this. For example, you can access my money with this code. Okay, for instance. So this is what? An instruction. Or the key to my locker is there. So for example, he says that. Why? This is an important instruction with regards to how that money should be given to the heirs. So this is one example of what wasiyya is. Another example of wasiyya could be, for instance, a person says that this is my wallet, I'm about to die, please give this to my wife. It has all my cards, it has everything, please give this to my wife. Another example of wasiyya could be that a person says, please give 1/3 of my property to the masjid. This is another example of wasiyya. So if a person is making a wasiyya at the time of death, meaning he doesn't have a written will, he's making the wasiyya at the time of death. Death came all of a sudden, he didn't expect that he was going to die, and all of a sudden he realizes that I have my money with me, nobody knows about my bank account, nobody has access to my locker, what's going to happen to all of that? So what does he do? He makes a wasiyya at the time of death. So at that time, witness should be taken. Testimony should be taken. There should be people who are observing this. How many people should testify to this wasiyya? Isnani. 2 men. Isnan is 2. So 2 men are going to bear witness at that time to what? To the wasiyya of the dying person. And these 2 people should be dhawa adlin minkum. There should be 2 people who are possessors of adl, and they should be from among you. Zawa adl, as we learned yesterday, it refers to a person who has istiqamah in his deen, meaning he performs the fara'id, he stays away from the kaba'ir, and he doesn't persist on the sagha'ir. And it also refers to a person who has istiqamah in his good dealings with other people. So these 2 men are going to be 2 people who have justice, and they should be minkum, among you. What does it mean by that? They should be Muslims. They should be believers. Because the ayah begins with, Ya ayyuhal ladina amanu. Believers are being addressed. So minkum means they should be among you, meaning they should be of the believers. Now remember, in an ideal situation, you're going to have 2 witnesses. But let's say, if a person is on a boat with just 1 more man. So in that case, how can he get 2 people to witness? He cannot. So in an ideal situation, there are going to be 2. However, if a person is in a situation where he can only find 1 person, then that 1 person is also sufficient. That 1 person is also sufficient. Now these 2 people, what are they going to testify to? First of all, it is said that they are going to be the wasi, wal sadiyah. Who is the wasi? Wasi is the one who is entrusted with the wasiyah. Wasi is the one who is entrusted with the wasiyah. Meaning he is given the responsibility of carrying out the wasiyah. For example, a person says to 2 of his friends who are with him that make sure you tell my wife such and such. Make sure you tell my children such and such. Make sure you give my wallet to them. Make sure you tell them that my keys are there. This is what? That he is telling someone to execute, to carry out his will. You understand? So 2 people are going to be given this responsibility. Secondly, it is said that these 2 people, what they're required to do is that they are going to bear witness on the wasi. These 2 people, they are required to bear witness, testify on who? The wasi. So basically you have 3 people now. One is the one who has been given the responsibility to carry out the wasiyah. Now on top of that person, you are making 2 people witness. Why? To make sure that the wasiyah is carried out accurately. You understand? Like for example, one person is given the keys. One person is given the wallet. Now he calls 2 people. Bear witness, I've given my wallet to him, and my wallet has this in it, and these are my keys. So make sure he gives them. So 2 people are going to bear witness to that. You understand now? So, Isnan refers to either the 2 men who are going to be given the responsibility to carry out the wasiyah, or secondly it refers to 2 people who are going to testify over who? The wasi. So, Ithnani dhawa adlin minkum. Now how about if a person is in a place where there are no Muslims? How about that? What if he's at work and there is no Muslim over there? Everybody is a non-Muslim over there. Or what if he's traveling to a particular place and there are no Muslims over there? So in that case, what's going to happen? Or آخران, 2 others, min غيركم, from other than you. Meaning if you cannot find Muslims, then in that case, you are going to take 2 other people to bear witness, and these 2 other people are going to be from other than you. What does it mean by from other than you? Meaning they're going to be other than your own religious community. Meaning they're not going to be Muslim. Who are they going to be? Non-Muslim. Whether they are Jewish or Christian or Mushrik, anyone. Basically, any non-Muslim. Some people specify that آخران من غيركم, this is specifically referring to the Ahlul Kitab. However, min غيركم is general. So if a person is stranded in a place where they're all mushrikeen and he cannot find any Jewish man, any Christian man, doesn't mean he's not going to make the wasiyah. He's not going to make sure that his property is given to his heirs. No. It's going to be given to who? Any person who is there. So, أَوْ آخَرَانِ مِنْ غَيْرِكُمْ, what does it mean? That anyone other than your own religious community. Others have said that what this refers to is that other than your own tribe. However, there is no concept of tribalism in the sense that you trust a Muslim, whoever he is, whether he's from your tribe or not, whether he's from your country or not. So, أَوْ آخَرَانِ مِنْ غَيْرِكُمْ. If, over here, a condition is being set. A condition is being set for what? For taking non-Muslims as witnesses. What does it mean? That there is a condition for taking non-Muslims as witnesses. What is that condition? That Antum, you all, ضَرَبَتُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ, you are traveling. And while you're traveling, فَأَصَابَتْكُمْ مُصِيبَةُ الْمَوْتِ. And while you're traveling, the calamity of death, it reaches you. Meaning, you are traveling, and in that travel, you feel that you're about to die. And you're traveling in a place where there are no Muslims. So in that case only, you're going to take who? Non-Muslims as witnesses. So فَأَصَابَتْكُمْ مُصِيبَةُ الْمَوْتِ. So, let's say there is a person who is traveling. He goes to a non-Muslim country, and he's going with his 2 business partners, for instance, and they're non-Muslim as well. Both of them are non-Muslim. So he's traveling, and all of a sudden he gets a heart attack, and he knows he's about to die. He's at the hospital. He has his personal belongings with him. He has his luggage with him. He has his money with him. He has all of his important documents with him. Now, one is that he dies without leaving any instructions. How difficult it would be for the family to get hold of that stuff, especially if he's not in the country. Especially if he's not in the country. How difficult it would be for them. Imagine if he goes to a country for where you need visa. The family does not have visa. How are they meant to go there and get the belongings from him? And remember that what you own does not remain yours after you die. It automatically becomes whose possession? The possession of your heirs. So it's your responsibility your responsibility that you must make your property available to the heirs. It's your responsibility. So imagine this person, he has a heart attack. Now he has his stuff with him. Is he going to die without leaving any instructions? He cannot. If he does so, he's doing zulm. Why? Because that property belongs to who now? His heirs. And he has to make sure that it goes to them. It is given to them. So what does he do? He tells his business partners, he tells his friends that, this is my stuff, please give it to my wife, please give it to my son, this is my address, make sure you give it to them. And 2 of them are there, so he makes sure that 2 of them are given the responsibility. Now what happens? These 2 people, when they return home, they give his luggage, they give his keys, they give his wallet to who? To the wife and the children. Now what happens? Everything is fine. They know that yes, these were his belongings. No problem. But let's say the wife opens up the wallet and she sees, okay, 2 cards are missing from here. Or she opens up his folder and she sees that several documents are missing. She asks those 2 people, was this in the wallet? Was this in the documents? They say no, it wasn't there. And she knows that he definitely took that stuff with him. So in that case, she is doubting the 2 men that maybe they committed theft. Maybe they committed treachery in delivering the stuff to me. So now in this case of doubt, in this scenario of doubt, what are you going to do? What's going to happen is that تَحْبِسُونَهُمَا, you are going to detain them too. تَحْبِسُونَ from the root letters حَبَسِين, habs. And what does habs mean? To confine. So you, meaning you O Muslims, are going to confine the 2. Which 2? The 2 witnesses. The ithnan, the 2 men. So you are going to detain them too. Where? In the masjid. Until when? مِن بَعْدِ الصَّلَاةِ, until after the salah. Until after the salah. So basically they're going to come to the masjid. And they're going to be kept in the masjid until after the asr salah. And after the asr salah is over, then they're going to bear witness. Then they're going to testify. Now over here, as-salat has been said. Salatin has not been said. What does it mean then? That as-salat refers to a particular salah. It's not just any salah, it's a particular salah. And which particular salat is it? Salatul Asr, because the Prophet ﷺ detained 2 people for witness after Asr salah. So you are going to detain them too until after the salah. And then what's going to happen? فَيُقْسِمَانِ, then both of them are going to swear. Yuqsimani from the root letters? Qaf, Sin, Mim, Qasm. So they're going to swear billahi, by Allah. So they're going to swear in the name of Allah. In irtabatum, if you all doubt it. Meaning if you doubt their truthfulness. You doubt that they were truthful. You're basically doubting their honesty. You are unsure if they delivered everything as it was. You think that maybe they committed theft. So in that case, they're going to come and bear this testimony. So in the case where you don't doubt them, then there's no need for all of this. You understand? In the case where you don't doubt them, there's no need for all of this. If you doubt them, then this testimony is going to be taken. So they're going to come to the masjid after Asr Salah, they're going to stand up, they're going to give the testimony that la nashtari, that we would not barter. And nashtari from ishtira, what does it mean? To buy or sell. It also gives a meaning of purchasing in particular. So la nashtari meaning we're not going to purchase, we're not going to take bihi in exchange for it. In exchange for what? In exchange for the shahada by Allah. In exchange for the testimony by Allah. So we're not going to take in exchange for it thamanan, a price. Which price? A price of this dunya, which is so temporary. So in other words, our testimony is haqq. What we're saying is definitely true. And we would not prefer anything of this world over the truth. So basically, for example, they will say that we testify that so-and-so gave us this stuff and he didn't give us this that you're accusing us of. And we will not prefer anything over the testimony by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, any saman, any price, any worldly gain. وَلَوْ كَانَ ذَا قُرْبَى, even if he is a possessor of near relationship. Meaning, even if the beneficiary, meaning the person who is taking benefit by our false testimony, is a person who is very close to us. You understand? Like, for example, they steal some documents and they give them to who? A close relative of theirs. So in their favor, they are bearing false witness. So basically they're saying, after they say what was given to them, that we testify that our shahada is true and we would not prefer anything over the truth. وَلَا نَكْتُمُ شَهَادَةَ اللَّهِ, and we would not conceal the testimony of Allah. What does it mean by shahadat Allah? Meaning the shahadat that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made us responsible with. Which one? That we come and bear witness over here, that this is what was given to us, and we handed it over as it was. And we would not prefer anything of this world over the truth. So we would not conceal the shahada of Allah. How? By hiding any part of it, by distorting any part of it, by changing any part of it, by altering any part of it. We're not going to hide any part of the shahada. Inna, indeed we, idhan, then, meaning if we do hide the testimony, then we would be lamin al-asimin, of those who are sinners. So when they give this testimony, what's going to happen? They cannot be accused. They're not to be proven guilty. The heirs cannot say anything to them. You understand? The heirs cannot say anything to them. They cannot say that, you know what, we know that you have it and you're not giving it to us. No. Once they have taken this testimony, that's it. You cannot say anything to them anymore. Because they have testified, they have borne this shahada.